hope that you all found some savings, maybe made a little extra money, or maybe even did some volunteer work. So with that being said, we're going to get into today's video. But before we get into today's video, I wanted to take a moment to thank all my subscribers, folks that comment, folks that like the video. It definitely helps the channel out. It helps the algorithm out to get my message just from an average dad, an average guy, out to the world. So please continue to do that and continue to like, share, and subscribe. All right, so let's get into today's video. The 5 reasons I'm going to go over why your budget sucks. I said it. Budgets can suck, and they can suck for a lot of different reasons. Several of them could be, what you're doing, what you're not sticking to, making it unrealistic, unattainable, things like that. So let's get into some of those reasons. So, are you struggling to stick to your budget? Well, I was. Let me tell you, when I was younger, I didn't want any parts of it. I thought it was too restrictive. I didn't have the right mindset. I didn't see the vision and the value of a budget. And I probably didn't put everything in the budget that I needed to put in. So definitely did not stick to it, and learned my lesson very quickly, and learned how to shift my mindset and what I need to put in a budget. So definitely I would say to my younger self to stick with it a little bit longer and to try different budgets out to see which one worked for me. So that's what I would do with that. Do I constantly find myself overspending and falling short of my financial goals? Sometimes, even to this day. Well, if you're one of those people like me, you're not alone. Today, we're going to explore 5 common reasons why your budget might not be working for you and how you can turn things around. Because we want to turn things around. We don't want to be in the constant cycle. We don't want to be always feeling like we're behind, we're anxious, we're stressed out, any of those things. We want to keep going, and we want to conquer that debt. We want to increase our savings, and we want to learn to invest. Okay? So, let's face it, creating a budget isn't easy, but sticking to it, that's where things get tricky. So without further ado, here are the 5 reasons that I'm going to talk about why you may be falling short in sticking to that budget. All right, reason number 1, we have unrealistic expectations. If your budget is too strict, it's not realistic. You're setting yourself up for failure. If you're going to say, I'm only going to spend, $50 a week on food, and if you can, that is great. I can't. So that's not realistic for me. I know what my family needs. I know what is kind of like the basic stuff so we can get by with versus what's sort of a luxury item when we go out to the stores. So I set more of a realistic budget. If I know that I'm going to spend at least $200 a week, I'm not going to go down to that, $100 or $80 marker. I'm not gonna make it. I'm just not. I'm just gonna go blow past it and say, well, it's food, we need it. But if I stick to a realistic budget, then I can say, okay, maybe we don't, this is the amount we have to spend, and this is what we're gonna spend. Of course, making sure you find your deals and your sales and all that stuff definitely helps with making sure that you're sticking to that budget because you're saving money. To keep within those parameters. But cutting back on expenses is important, but don't forget to leave room for occasional treats and unexpected cost. So sometimes we bucket it into a miscellaneous category. So for that would be like school pictures or hot lunches, or if I go out with my coworkers for a team lunch. I feel like I talk a lot about food on here. But those are kind of those not unexpected, but they're not regular and reoccurring, like your mortgage or your car payment or insurance and things like that. So that's why we kind of put those into a miscellaneous category. And then if something else comes up along the way, like, you may get you may need a new work shirt, or your kid comes to you with some, like, oh my gosh, my headphones broke for school, or just, again, that's unexpected, something happens, but we put it in a budget category and we've allocated X number of dollars for that. So again, it's just, again, a lot of things that we talk about on the channel is just finding the right balance between savings and enjoying life. There's folks out there that can, you know, live super frugal. They don't feel deprived. They're living a full and abundant life. And I think that is fantastic and great. And I love those people for that. I'm kind of in the middle of the road. I can be frugal, but then I'm also going to live my life. So I'm still going to go on vacations. It may still not be a luxury vacation, but I'm still going to go on those. So again, for me, it's about, excuse me, it's about moderation. All right, reason number 2, lack of tracking. Are you guilty of setting a budget and then forgetting about it? Like, oh, I've written it down, I got it, or it's in my head. Like, I know exactly how much I need to spend per month because it's all right up here. That doesn't always work out too well sometimes. So if you're kind of like that, you're not alone. Many people fail to track their spending, which makes it easy to overspend without realizing it. So try like budgeting apps or spreadsheets to keep tabs on your expenses, identify areas where you can cut back. I need to see it. I'm a visual person. I need it written down. I need it in a column. That's how I can do it. Some people can do it with the cash envelope system. That's great, and that works for you. And there's budgeting apps out there. Your bank's a great place to start. If you log on to your online banking account, you can see the categories and they color code it. So you can kind of see maybe what areas you can shrink in. Is it entertainment? Are you maybe going to too many events? Okay, maybe I cut back one event a month. So again, it's moderation. All right. All right. So let's get into reason number 3. We have too much debt. We have high interest debt that can quickly derail even the best budgeting efforts. If you're spending a significant portion of your income on debt payments, it's time to tackle that debt head on. So, what do we have to do? Or what can we do? So, we can consider consolidating our debt. We can negotiate with creditors, or we can seek help from a financial advisor to come up with a plan to pay it off. Really look at your options. In my budgeting guide that I've created, I go through steps from the very basic of your paycheck, what comes out of it, what the gross and net is, to all the budget, categories, a whole like debt payoff sheet, a whole savings tracker sheet, and so on and so forth. It's like 50 pages. It is fantastic. If anyone wants that, would like to buy it, let me know. Drop a comment in there and I'll reach out to you and we can work something out for sure. But managing that debt tracker helped us pay off our student loans. We had our loan amount, we had our interest rate, and then we had how much we were paying per month. And so we just started tackling the smallest debt possible, and then we just kept chunking away at that. So that really helped us. If you're really looking to consolidate all your debt, like a debt credit consolidation service or whatever, really look into it to see, is it worth it? What are the fees? Or can I do this on my own with the help of, maybe that sheet, maybe a coaching call, whatever it is. Just really look into your options. All right, we have reason number 4, no emergency fund. Life is full of unexpected expenses. You got your car repairs, right? We got a flat tire, or we need new tires, windshield wipers, whatever it is. Medical bills come up. Insurance doesn't cover 100%. So we have to, have that money aside for co-pays, whatever they don't cover. If you've got an x-ray and they don't cover 100%, you have a portion to pay for it. Another unexpected expense might be, you got a pinhole in your plumbing and, you have to call a plumber in to get that fixed. Again, an unexpected expense. But if we budget, we can, have those expenses in the columns and we can figure it out. It may not be 100%, but if it's on there and we're trying, that's what we need to do. And emergency funds. That's what they're there for an emergency. Okay. If you don't have it all in your budget, like if you have it, your money's in your checking account, but on the budget sheet, it lists exactly what category and where it needs to go. If you have to dip into it, it's okay. It is okay. Don't beat yourself up. That's what it's there for. All right. All right, let's get into our last reason. Reason number 5. You're ignoring your goals, guys. Budgeting without clear goals is like sailing without a compass. You'll end up going in circles, taking some time to define your financial goals, whether it's saving for a down payment for a house, but let's make it specific. How much do you want, and how many years is it going to take you to save it? All right, we have to get in those niches. Paying off student loans, just talked about it. We formulated a plan. We figured out how much extra we could put towards that loan amount, and then how quickly we could pay it down. So having a clear vision of what you're working towards will help you stay motivated and focused on sticking to your budget. Again, if you really want that house, if you really want that piece of land, if you really want to get out of debt, you can do it. And there's tools out there. I have a great tool. There's plenty of ways that we can get to where you want to go. All right? So you have it, everyone. My 5 reasons why a budget might suck or why it's just not going like you thought it would go. Whether it's unrealistic expectations, lack of tracking too much, or lack of tracking, too much debt, or no emergency fund, or not having specific goals. There's always room for improvement. Even myself, I always have room for improvement. So budgeting is a journey. It's not a destination. Remember, personal finance is personal. What works for me may not work for you. All right? So let's just keep adjusting, keep striving for financial success. I thank you all for watching. Again, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, happy budgeting, happy savings, and remember, every penny found is a penny saved. Take care, guys.